We're here at the Pioneer Football League Spring Classic. You hear some noise in the background. You see that we are live. One of the few programs in the nation that actually has live broadcast thanks to DJ Brown. For the play, we have www.ustream.tv /channel/DJ Brown 2320. We'll get you more information on that. I'm sure Mr. Brown can type it up on the screen in just a few moments. But one of the cool things that we've definitely taken advantage of, not only this spring but last season as well, is the technology, and we have a bunch of people working with us to make this product the best product possible, and to make sure that the young people of not just the Bronx, but of all of New York City, the Pioneer Football League, are able to see the great things that these programs are doing, both in season and out of season. We also have on our website, pioneer-league.org. .com. We have highlights of all the games. You could check out what happened throughout the whole spring season. All the highlights are there as well. You can see them on YouTube and also amateursportstube.com as well. So before we get into the previews of the big game, we just again want to say, some pretty cool stuff here, as you can see. Watch it live for the folks that are at home. People on Facebook as well. If you connect it through Facebook, it's a really cool tool to have. So we're going to get one of the coaches here in just a few moments. The #1 seed Bronx Colts came into today with an undefeated record. They went through the spring season with little resistance, very little resistance, with a perfect 5-0 record. One of the guys that have been instrumental in that success has been their quarterback, Glenn, which we will get him on camera in a few minutes and see what he said. But what have you seen the biggest difference in the Colts offense since the addition of Glenn?
Okay, well, since the addition of Glenn, I believe he came in week 3. First, the Colts were struggling on offense. Maybe about 2 touchdowns, average about 2 touchdowns a game. But with the addition with Glenn, see, he makes the offense more versatile with his running and passing game.
Spread out the offense and work how we work.
Is there any defense? Is there any weakness in the Buccaneers defense that you see off the bat? I know you've been studying film.
Not that I've seen so far. I'm used to I've watched their play before, so I know who to go to, their weaknesses, their strength, and I'm going to try to exploit any way I can.
Now, you were a YouTube sensation in a certain play against the Brooklyn Bobcats where you hurdled over a guy. Did you think about that before you did it, or was that something that you just say, you know what, nah, this guy looks like something I can just jump over?
As the play was unfolding, I seen him about 10 yards away, and I seen him. I'm like, usually short people go low, and I just took a shot at it. I wanted a highlight, and that was the best chance I got.
Were you scared? Were you scared when you jumped?
No, I wasn't scared. I do what I gotta do.
I would have been pretty nervous.
No. If there's only one thing that you could possibly have go right today that you think will be the key to victory, what would that be?
The only thing that's my enemy right now is the weather. The weather goes good, and I feel like we got an easy shot at this game.
Well, thanks for spending some time with us today.
Thank you.
Good luck today.
CJ, good luck.
Thank you.
We're now 88 minutes from kickoff officially. Here at McCombsdam Park, we're talking to some of the guys on the Bronx Colts. Next up, we have Coach Chuck, Coach Charles Hutchinson from the Bronx Colts, who's going to come up and do his duty as a representative of the Pioneer League. See, Coach Chuck has his varsity jacket on. Coach, how you doing today?
A little under the weather, actually. Not feeling too well. In the spirits of the game, it's a little uplifting.
That's it. The difference between the preparation for last year's championship game and this year's?
Two different teams. Last year we played against known as the Rough Riders, which were a pretty aggressive defense. This year we're playing against a team that's kind of similar but not as aggressive. Two different styles of offense. Just getting the guys ready, man. You know, just having their mental edge in the game, not making the same mistakes we made last year, and that's pretty much what it comes down to.
Now, in games like this, especially the championship games, what do you do to prevent those early mental mistakes, like the penalties, for example, or the turnovers? Anything that you could do, or is that pretty much out of your hands?
Well, this week we actually went over a couple of drills, which will force our defense or offense to commit penalties. The turnovers, we had them doing turnover drills, trying to strip the ball. We actually wet a couple of footballs, knowing that today was going to be raining. Had the quarterback throwing the ball, had a running back running with the ball, strip drills, different hard counts, changing, all types of movements just to keep the defense on point. I mean, at this point, you know, they get on the field, I feel like they'll be prepared.
So, anybody in particular that we should be keeping our eye on that may make a difference on your end?
Team ball, man. I mean, at the end of the day, it's about the team. There's no one particular person. I learned that from somebody else. One person can't make a play go or bust, so it's going to take an effort from everybody.
Now, how has we want to just do a little bit of a rewind. During the course of the week, we had complete coverage of the championship game, and one of the things that came up was the New York Spartans, which was the predecessor of the Pioneer League. Now, you were one of the charter members, one of the original members of the New York Spartans as a running back. How did your experience with the Spartans prepare you to be the man or one of the men in charge of the Bronx Bulls?
Understanding team vibes, understanding the emotional roller coasters that players will go through, and learning how to manage that. Also, one of the benefits of playing the sport is also that they have rainy conditions. You know, you tell guys, you know, they have to change their gloves or not to wear gloves. You know, just keep an even keel. You know, not to get overconfident, not to get too low or too high. Just stay in the playing field.
Now, since the team that you're playing against is another Bronx team, I know you guys are very familiar with one another. Does that make it harder to settle the guys in, or does it really matter?
I don't think it's about that, you know. At the end of the day, it's just about going out and getting it done. That's just the bottom line, regardless of where they're from, whether they're cross rivals, supposedly, or they're from a whole other state. It's about hunkering down and getting the job done.
Thanks for spending some time with us today, man. I know you got 84 minutes till kickoff, doing the countdown clock because we have the clock working today. So
it looks pretty good. Keep the score right, man.
What's up, Jeff?
Jeffrey Hunter.
Jeffrey Hunter? What high school you go to, sir?
I graduated from Hunter Days High School.
Okay, and do you have plans on attending a school next year?
Well, I'm graduating from St. Peter's College next week.
Okay.
Taking a year off before I go to law school.
Okay, a beautiful thing, and congratulations on all that. Now let's talk about what you're going to do today.
I'm not the type to brag. I'm just...
Didn't ask you to brag, I asked you what you're going to do.
I'm going to try to keep my team, you know, with one of the youngest teams in the league. Try to keep their heads, because the coaches are a very physical team. They hit hard, they talk, and keep them in the game so we could have a chance to win this.
All right. What positions are you playing today?
I'm playing a little bit of everything. I'll be at quarterback, safety, linebacker, defensive line.
Okay, I know you personally. I know you've been playing football for a lot of years. Cardinal Hayes, Bronx Rebels, also a former Colt. What does the game of football mean to you?
The game of football means a lot to me. I started playing football when my cousin Douglas got murdered before he went away to Penn State. So I actually played the game out of the love of my cousin.
Okay, so you're doing it for the family. And why the number 11? Because I know the number 11 means something.
Well, my mother wore the number 11 when she played softball. My father wore the number 11 when he played football, so we just stuck around.
Okay, so that number has sentimental value. Now, do you have any prediction on today's game?
My prediction for today's game is going to be a close game, but I got my team winning 16-14.
16-14. So you're going to let them score twice?
not gonna let them score twice.
Okay, they gonna score.
The coach is not an easy team to play against.
Okay.
They have good receivers. They have a good quarterback. So
Okay.
Let's see what happens.
But you're gonna be better today.
yes.
Okay. You know, Shamel agrees with you. He thinks they're gonna be better too.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll have to see what the Colts have to say about that.
Looking forward
And
to
we're
it.
looking forward to a great game.
For
Good luck.
I want to interview a coach.
Protect yourself at all times and
Definitely.
have fun. Thank you, gentlemen.
Hey, right now we're going to interview. What was his play, sir?
Kicker, punter, tight end, slot receiver, corner.
Oh, so you just the athlete here.
You gotta speak up loud. Speak like you're talking to me.
I don't want to consider myself an athlete for the team. I'm just a team player.
Okay.
We gotta be done to get the win.
All right. Now, last year, as a former teammate of you guys on the Bronx Colts, you know, we did a lot of great things last year. But this is about y'all. So you guys had, well, I feel like you guys have a certain swagger about y'all that y'all have this year or this spring season that y'all showing before the championship game that we didn't have at our last championship game playing against the Rough Riders. Tell us what has changed and why do y'all feel more extra confident now than before?
I believe, I don't know what we call it or not, but I believe it's just like, because our whole mentality from last year is different because it's just, everybody's head is just stuck on redemption.
So you guys are out for redemption?
Yeah.
You?
I feel like our brotherhood is bonded more closer. We played 3 years with each other. Now it's our 3rd year playing with each other. Everything we try to do is win. We're not worried about trophies, nothing. We're just worried about winning. Get the W. Let's worry about next week.
Now you guys are also leaders and you guys are captains. Now, so tell us how. Well, tell me and the people.
Man, let's set the trophy before the game.
All right. Well, this is what they're playing for.
He just said he wasn't worried about trophies.
He's not worried about that?
Yeah, he's not worried about that.
So this is what they're playing. This is what they're playing for. Now, back to my question. Now, how did you guys lead your team?
Just let them know redemption is the mentality shit. Like, we're not trying to lose. As you can see, with the mentality we've been using, we are undefeated. So we've been telling them just redemption. Just try your best. Just ignore calls. We've been trying our best to ignore the calls, but we here. We just here.
So you guys have been here before, and you guys have tasted defeat. So now you already know what that feels like. So you guys are trying to throw it out the window.
Throw it out the window.
And go get yourself a W.
Go get it.
Now, you as you're playing receiver, do you see anything in the Bronx Colts' secondary that you should be afraid of? Because they do have
the Bronx Colts or the Buccaneers?
The Buccaneers. Because they do have a corner.
Honestly, truthfully, me personally, coming into every game, I don't look at. I can go against Charles Woodson, Darrell Reeves, and I just look at them like he's just another player. Everyone has the ups and downs. Like, you have a good game, okay, you have a great season and still choke. So it's like, I know they got a good secondary. Sean has been playing well this year. Shout out to him. But I don't let none of that affect me and get in my head. I just know that when I get that ball in my hand, I'm doing something special.
Okay. And you're playing middle linebacker and offensive line, so it's a double question. Now, at offensive line, you probably be lined up against Shamel Jackson, who was also a former teammate of the Bronx Colts. Now, playing outside linebacker and offensive end. Now, supposedly you've been more pass rusher, and I know you're a great passer. Do you have any techniques to try to block?
Keep it
Louder. You gotta
keep it your basics. Don't assume. Don't try to step down when you're supposed to drop and step back. Slide your feet, move your feet, keep your feet moving. Move your hands, keep your hands attached. Don't try to be somewhere that you're not. Don't try to engage him when he's running his speed. He's a fast guy. I'm not gonna doubt him that he's slow. He's not a football player. He's a big football player. So I'm going to do my best to defend him. And as a coach, as a former coach, we're gonna give him a little tackle.
That was something I was going to ask. I'll say, so it means something a little more because that was your former teammate and you guys know each other. I know you know a lot of other Buccaneers and Buccaneers know you guys. You guys might see each other and say, hey, what's up? You know what I'm saying? Some of y'all probably live in the same building, just as JJ and Shamel earlier. Now, you're also playing middle linebacker, and you were ejected in the last game. You were hot-headed and all that, but you ejected last game. So now, due to the weather, it seems like they might run the ball a lot more. So this should be a tackle fiesta. Are you prepared for that?
I'm born for tackle. Like, where it's like our team is based on coming to the middle. They use me as their center line, as the whole defense. Nobody really passes the ball because our corners are shut down.
All right, we're back for the Pioneer Football League Spring Classic Championship game. With 31 minutes and 17 seconds away from this first championship game. Again, the commissioner didn't pass it here with Fridge. Fridge, let's talk about this matchup for a second here. Let's talk about offense first. Now, if you want to have a full preview, exactly what you're going to see here today. If you're out here at the field, it's a little cold out here, but get your fingers out of your pockets and stuff, and go to pioneer-league.com, and on there you'll see a full preview of the two teams that are playing here today. If you're at home, you should be watching it on Ustream, which is you've seen it today, and you can have one of your windows open to Ustream and the other one open to the preview page on pioneer-league.com. So let's talk offense first. Now, how do you see which offense has the advantage in your mind?
In my mind, the Bronx Colts have the better offense. And I say that because Bronx Colts have great running backs, and of course with the addition of DeRon Glenn at quarterback, it makes it a lot easier to run the ball and throw the ball. Like, you know what I'm saying? Now they have a quarterback who has better accuracy, and and TJ's been doing that in the last couple games.
Now, Tim, Pioneer Spring Classic. As you can see, I have my jacket on, my New York Spartans jacket, by the way, because it is pretty cold out here. Wind's picking up pretty good. We'll see how that plays into the hands of the teams here. Now, last where we left off, we talked about offense. Let's talk about defenses for a second. Especially with the wind kicking up as much as it is today, how do you think that's going to pose an advantage to the defenses here?
Well, I think the advantage for the defense is that you would expect the opposing team to run the ball a lot more. So I feel like corners will have the advantage. Corners, safeties could drop down and have a little advantage because of the wind. When you throw the ball with the wind, it might not go as well as we wanted to go. So I feel like it'll be the run game will be a lot easier to stop than the passing game.
Now, with the run game being so important now, if we gave the advantage on offense Colts, both in the air and on the ground. Defense is a little bit of a different story.
Yeah.
The defense for the Bucs run stopping has been, both of them have been lights out. Let's not get that twisted. The Colts have been excellent on defense as well. I would give the advantage in the run game on defense to the Buccaneers. They've been in the backfield, even with they sometimes have a three-man front. It's a little tricky because it's not really a three-man front because they usually have a linebacker somewhere in the box somewhere to make up for the fourth man. But when it comes down to it, they're always in the backfield. They're a little bit smaller. They get through the gaps extraordinarily well, and I believe that in order for the Colts backs to really get going, you can't have contact behind the line of scrimmage. You can't have contact behind the line of scrimmage. So we'll see how that ends up playing itself out. We should see some interesting football. So on defense, in the air, what have you seen in terms of the secondary? Both secondaries, again, great secondaries on both sides. But there's a guy on the Buccaneers side of the ball that's been making some plays.
Yeah. Actually, both defenses have making some plays. Both defenses have the opportunity to take it back for 6 and quickly change this game. But definitely the corner for the Bucs, Sean, he's playing phenomenal. And he's a younger player that maybe a lot of receivers will probably like, okay, he's small, I could probably take advantage of him. But that hasn't been the case at all. He's caught an interception, multiple interceptions, in I think almost every game so far. And I definitely take my hat off to him. And it's gonna be interesting because he actually shut down the Colts receiver last time they actually met up. I think he caught 2 interceptions.
Indeed. There's been a lot on Facebook in terms of the back and forth, and we spoke to Timothy Pierce before. We spoke to some of the guys on the Buccaneers before the game, and both of them will say that they're really confident if the other team tries to put the ball in the air. You have 2 defenses that have scored more points than 2 of the offenses in the tournament. So the Buccaneers had a field day against the Staten Island Bandits, I believe that was in week 2, and had put up more points on defense than most offenses have. The fumbles, usually in the spring, overall, there's more fumbles, more turnovers than there are in the fall. It gets even more so in championship games. The nerves are really kicking up. We have 10 minutes left for kickoff too, so we're getting to the point where we're ready to get this thing started. But especially in championship games, you get in a situation where you turn the ball over and it ends up being a problem. Now, what we will notice, field position. Which defense can establish better field position? And that ends up going down to not just the defense, but the special teams as well. And I know that you're familiar with special teams on both sides. Yeah. Who has the advantage on the special teams?
Like, talk to me.
I believe the special teams, the punting game, and the kick return game goes to the Bronx Colts. Because Timothy is their punter. He also does field goals. And they have a kick returner between Dimitri and number 2 Elias. So they definitely have the opportunity to take it back to the house for one. And they have the Colts have a better punting. I think the Colts have a better punter than the Buccaneers do.
Now, in cases like this, we see this throughout the whole tournament. Not so with these 2 teams, but a lot of teams on 4th down, especially on 4th and let's say under 6 yards, so 4th and 5 and shorter. Why do they want to go for it on 4th down so much? Is it the John Madden football central? Because when you're playing John Madden with your boys, you don't punt.
Yeah.
You just keep on going for it, and if worse comes to worse, what do? You pretend like there's a power outage, you hit the reset button. But there is no reset button.
Pull the plug.
Yeah, but there is no reset button here. So why are we doing this?
I guess a lot of teams, well, a lot of coaches are confident in their 4th down conversion capability. Me personally, I will punt the ball because it's better for field position. And you know what I'm saying? If you trust your defense, then you'll definitely punt.
I see. Okay. Now, coaching. A lot has been talked about the coaching. Which side has the advantage? Now, both excellent staffs. Both coaching staffs have not only winning records, but records that have them more often on the left side of the column than the right side of the column. So, and that doesn't happen by accident. We're not just talking about this season. So, which coaching staff do you think has the advantage?
The coaching staff would definitely go to the Bronx Buccaneers because O'Neill's been coaching for a long time. I mean, I've played against O'Neill's team in 2006 and 2005 when he came out as the Buccaneers when he first started. Then I know he's also coached at Cardinal Hayes and with the Bronx Rebels. So I'm just going off the experience. But you can't just knock off the Bronx coach between Coach Hutchinson and Coach Black and Brandon Davis, because yes, they are younger coaches and they haven't been coaching for as many years as O'Neill. But like you said, you don't get more wins on the left side by accident. Something they're doing has to be right.
And we spoke with Coach Hutchinson, going back to that connection with the New York Spartan program. They've been to some big games before.
Yes.
So it's not like they haven't seen the preparation. They don't know the process of getting it done in big games, both with the New York Spartans and the New York Bandits. So big shout out to Billy Madison and the folks over at the New York Bandits, and also Northeast Music Group, which covered our championship game last year with DJing and entertainment and such. So we definitely shall see this.
Yeah, I know. I'm not picking that up.
Yeah.
I'm not picking that up.
Yeah,
It's okay.
we're 5 minutes to game time. I guess people are trying to get the last bets in.
Yes.
They're trying to figure out who you're choosing.
They're trying to figure out who I'm choosing and probably say, hey, if you're watching Ustream, we'll say hi. But, you know, I can't pick up the phone now. You know?
We have 7 concurrent viewers as we speak.
Oh, 7 viewers. That's excellent.
So we're getting close to kickoff. So we've gone over everything. Now, I say the Colts have an advantage when it comes to coaching. And I'll tell you why. It's not just the head. Now, we know the head man for the Buccaneers has experience, has been in the big time before. I get it.
Yes.
But his staff has not.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of the staff is fresh, especially when it comes to this age bracket. So the Colts have more, I believe, quality from the first man to the last man.
Yes.
So I think that gives them an advantage. Who are you picking in the game?
Well, I personally have friends in both teams, and I was a football pro, and I'm not trying to sound biased anyway, and I'm a fan of Coach O'Neil, but as of now, because I know I've said 2 teams and I said 2 different scores, but as of now, I think the Broncos take this. Final score 22-14.
Shootout.
2-14. Interesting.